Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. If you didn't know it, guess what? I'm actually a huge fan of the original Puppet Master, and I know it doesn't hold up that great years later. I know this. But what I really like about it is its originality, its theatrics, and those puppets, they're just so fucking cool. They're original, they're unique, and they're fucking crazy. And I love that. The original music and characters send me to a better time, where practical effects were real, camera work was interesting. You know, when the camera follows the puppets across the floor, I love that. And also the original score, which, iconic. But fast forward to 11 years later, we have possibly the strangest installment of the franchise, the new Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. This installment is about an auction at a convention for the 30th anniversary of the infamous Toulon murders. Guests bring their priceless puppets to auction off, but an evil force takes over and brings the toys to life. Let me tell you right now, if you haven't guessed it, this film is campy AF. It is weird, it is kooky, and above all, it is a blood bath. I should also note, I was very confused when watching this film, but they have brought out a statement saying that this film is actually in a parallel universe than all the other Puppet Master films. Sure, because in this film, Andre Toulon is actually a Nazi, an evil Nazi, where in the original Puppet Masters, he was actually against the Third Reich. So you're not crazy, this film just is. So throw all your knowledge out the window and forget logic and get your buckets of fake blood ready, because this is 5 things that perplexed me about the newest Puppet Master movie. Number 1, the casting. Charlene Yi, Thomas Lennon, and of course, Barbara Crampton. What the hell is happening here? Let me tell you now, Barbara is the best in this film, and it's kind of no surprise. She was in the original, but in this one, she is campy as fuck, and she knows it. As for Charlene, what an unexpected choice for this film, but her ending is probably the best. And Thomas? Well, am I surprised he's in this film? Am I not? What is happening? Number 2 is the sheer number of the cast. It is insane. The cast is immense, with 20 people credited with their name, with the character's name in the film, which is so weird. It's not nurse 1, nurse 2, 20 people have a name. But don't worry, you don't have to remember any of them, because sometimes the camera just goes on to some characters you haven't seen. It just kind of like moves with the journey, and you're just seeing random people having sex 1 second, and then all of a sudden they're like the main character of that little segment. It's bizarre. But this keeps going throughout the whole film, and it's just weird and a wild ride. Number 3 is the bloodshed. Holy crap, you thought Human Centipede was bad. Decapitation? Check. Scalping? Check. Babies being torn from the womb by puppets? Check. 4, logic. I told you to throw it out the window, and I really meant it, because towards the end of the film, people start picking up the puppets. What we've always wanted to do in all these films, but felt like it couldn't happen, and just start like tossing them, throwing them across the room. Like, why were we not doing this from, let alone the start of the film, but, you know, 11 films ago? What? It's almost like they're treating them like they're not demonic beings. They're actually toys. And my last thing that perplexed me about this film is its bizarre story and structure. A man walks into a bar and asks to cut his own lemon in half. No, this is not a sequel to The Room. This is Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. The whole film constantly moves and focuses on little strange details and backstories that never come into play, so they don't matter. And this brings nothing but constant quirky turkey content over and over and over until bloodshed is like put in the middle, and it just doesn't make any sense. I really don't think that there's any franchise that has changed its tune as much as Puppet Master. It has completely changed its tone from the first to now, and it has no intentions of slowing down. So in the future, I can't even imagine what it's gonna be. Although I'm finding it really hard to kind of pull myself along with this franchise. I really love the Tunneler and Leech Woman, and I just don't want to let it go. So call me a mad woman, or just call this a good time. This bloodbath will leave you confused, but somehow it sticks with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel weird about this, but I kind of like it, hate it, love it, hate it, hate it. Love it. It's okay. Do any of you guys really like this franchise or just find it just fascinating? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky.